Hi, and welcome to Let's Bake and Cook Stuff. I'm Mary, and I would first like to say how much I appreciate that you tuned into my channel today. I really am so excited that you're here. And today I'm making morning Glory Muffins. I actually got this recipe right off of the package of the whole wheat flour that I bought. It's King Arthur. They used to be called King Arthur Flour. Now they're called King Arthur Baking. So if you want to order their flour online, or if you would like to purchase their flour, a lot of places sell it now, so you don't have to always get it online. But I wanted to show you first the weirdest, I've never had to do this before, but not only are you using muffin cups, the muffin liners, but you're supposed to spray them. So I'm gonna try and spray these. Muffins can be pretty sticky, so I guess that's why they're saying to do that, but I've never seen that done before. I will say that some of mine have been sticky, and when I let them cool off, they tend to be less sticky. So when you pull them right out of the oven and they're still real warm, they do stick, but very often they come away from the paper once they've cooled off a bit. But if you want to eat them warm, then you're gonna need to spray your liners, okay? We're starting off with 2 cups of, this is King Arthur whole wheat flour, 1 cup of brown sugar. And here's my spices. I have 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, a half a teaspoon of ginger, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and a half a teaspoon of salt. And that's going right in. And we need to whisk this together first. Muffins are a bit different than cake in that usually with cake you beat the butter or the fat, whatever, with the sugar. Here we're putting the sugar in right with the flour. 2 cups of shredded carrots. Now I've done these on the fine part of the grater, okay? But you could do the big one. It didn't specify in the recipe. It just said grated. This is 1 Granny Smith apple that I diced really finely. Now it did say to shred the apple, but I don't like that. I like to have little chunks of apple in mine, so that's what I'm doing. But feel free to shred yours or grate yours if you prefer. Half a cup of coconut, 1/3 of a cup of wheat germ, and it says you can use wheat germ or sunflower seeds. 1/3 of a cup of either one of those, and 1/2 of a cup of walnuts. And we're going to mix this all in together, get this all nicely combined. Now for the liquid ingredients, I have 3 large eggs, 1/4 of a cup of orange juice, 2/3 of a cup of just regular old vegetable oil, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, stir to combine. Okay, now I'm using a ice cream scoop just so that the portions will be even. And I'm putting these into our muffin cups. Okay, now these are going to go into a 375-degree preheated oven for 25 to 28 minutes, according to the directions from King Arthur. Okay, I need to come clean. I made a mistake. I know it's hard to imagine that happened, but it actually did happen. Raisins were supposed to go in at the end, and I forgot. You actually soak these in hot water to get them nice and plump, and I actually chopped them up too so they'd be tiny. My son will be thrilled because he can't stand raisins, and actually my husband's not a big raisin fan either, so they're just not going to have raisins in them. They're not going to be as good for you as they would have been if we would have tossed those raisins in there. I'm going to obviously put the recipe down below and then also a link to the recipe for you, but just know that the raisins are in there, and I'm going to include them in the recipe that I put down there, but I forgot to put them in the muffins, so I don't even know what to say about it. Like, I don't even have a good excuse. They were sitting right there. I measured them out, I chopped them up. I knew about the raisins. I'm pretty old, so maybe that's why. I don't know. All right. Don't go away. We'll be back. Okay, that was 25 minutes. Look at the crowns on those. These look amazing. It says to cool them on a rack for 5 minutes and then remove them from the pan. And so we're going to let these cool for 5 minutes, and then we'll be back. Okay, now I'm going to take them out of the pan. They're still a little bit warm. So if they're still too hot for you to touch them, just wait, give them a little bit longer. And we are just going to set these on this rack and let them cool, maybe another couple of minutes. Okay, I've waited long enough. It's time to try these. Oh, look at that. Spraying it did help. I might do that from now on. Look at all that in there. Apples and carrots, nuts, wheat germ. Well, all I'm going to say is I made the right call for making those apples like that. I really like the texture in there, but if you don't want those chunks of apples like this, then feel free to grate them with your grater, the same one you use for your carrots. That's it. Yummy, delicious apple carrot walnut muffins. They call them Morning Glory Muffins on the King Arthur website. That's King Arthur Baking now instead of King Arthur Flour, but they do sell flour. But they have other things. I don't know if you've been on their website, but they have lots of other, they have all kinds of gadgets and baking things and stuff. That's why they changed it, so that people wouldn't just equate their name with flour, I suppose. I didn't ask them why, but it makes sense, right? Anyway, you're gonna wanna try these. As soon as it cools off, it's definitely still too hot. As soon as it cools off, it's definitely still too hot to bake. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't done that already. I will see you next time. Thanks so much. You take care now.